That subtle feeling, that sense that everything is suddenly connected, that you are right on the verge of a massive breakthrough, that isn't just a feeling, it's a quantum event. You have just activated what physicists call the observer field. This is not metaphor. It is a state where the distinction between you and the infinite sea of potential collapses into one. In the next few moments, I am going to show you the physics that proves this is real, and more importantly, how to make this activated state your permanent reality. If you have ever felt exhausted trying to manifest or attract things from a distance, it is because you were operating from a flawed premise, a premise that ends right now. The science behind this shift isn't new, but our understanding of it is undergoing a revolution. Decades ago, the brilliant physicist John Wheeler proposed a concept that shattered classical physics. He called it the participatory universe. The idea was radical, yet simple. The universe, at its most fundamental level, does not exist in a definite state until a conscious observer is present. Before observation, everything is just a haze of pure potential, a wave of infinite possibilities. It is the act of looking, the act of consciousness engaging with the field, that forces this wave of potential to collapse into a single, concrete experience. A particle, a reality, an outcome. This isn't spiritual conjecture. It is the bedrock principle of quantum mechanics. Reality is not a fixed stage you are born into. It is a fluid, energetic field that responds and configures itself around points of observation, around you. And yet, knowing this, so many of us still feel a profound and exhausting separation. We feel like a tiny, powerless observer staring out at a vast, indifferent universe. We perform techniques. We repeat affirmations. We try to project our will into the void, hoping something, somewhere, will hear us. It feels like shouting into a hurricane, and the silence that comes back is deafening. This spiritual exhaustion, this feeling of being a small self trying to influence a great external power, is not a personal failure. It is a symptom of the greatest illusion humanity has ever known, the illusion of separation. This feeling of separation is why so many ask, so how does the observer field work? They ask from a place of disconnection, assuming the field is something out there to be accessed, a tool to be used, a force to be commanded. The question itself is built on the foundation of the illusion. If this scientific, evidence-based approach to dissolving the separation between you and the field resonates with you, hit the like button now. It tells the algorithm this content matters and helps it reach others who are ready for this truth. Have you ever felt that profound sense of oneness for a fleeting moment? That sudden, breathtaking instant where the walls dissolve and you feel connected to everything, only to have it disappear, leaving you feeling more separate than before? That moment was not an illusion. It was a glimpse of the truth. The feeling of separation that followed was the illusion returning. And the source of this illusion is a simple, catastrophic misunderstanding of who you are in relation to this quantum field. For years, you have been taught that you are a wave trying to command the ocean. This single idea is the source of all struggle. It positions you as a small, temporary pattern of energy trying to bend the will of the immense, powerful whole. It is a paradigm that guarantees frustration, because a wave can never be separate from the ocean. A wave is not something that happens to the ocean. A wave is the ocean, expressing itself in a localized form. By the end of this journey together, you will no longer see yourself as the wave. You will know, feel, and operate as the entire ocean. So, how does a wave command an ocean? It doesn't, it never had to. The entire premise of the question is built on a misunderstanding of physics and of self. This is where we move from the feeling of this truth into the mechanics of it. To achieve intellectual clarity, we must look at the foundational experiment of all quantum mechanics, but through a new lens. You have heard of the double-slit experiment. For decades, it has been presented as a mystery. When scientists weren't looking, an electron behaved like a wave of pure potential, passing through both slits at once. But the moment they set up a detector to observe which slit it passed through, the electron behaved like a solid particle, choosing only one path. The conclusion that was drawn was that observation changes reality. This is true, but it is an incomplete truth. The critical mistake was in the interpretation of the word observation. It was seen as a passive act, a scientist in a lab coat looking at a screen. But what happened was not passive. It was a dynamic, creative, and definitive act. The introduction of a measurement device, a point of focused consciousness, did not simply see the outcome. It demanded an outcome. It introduced a localized point of definition into an undefined field of potential. The wave of potential did not choose to become a particle. It was forced to. Consciousness, by its very nature, is an act of definition. Before the observer, the electron was pure possibility. It existed as a mathematical probability wave, a what-if spread across space. But the act of observing, of asking the question, "Where are you?" forced the universe to give a single definitive answer. The observer's focused consciousness acted as a pin, bursting the balloon of infinite potential and leaving behind a single tangible reality, the particle. This is the physics of the wave and the ocean. The quantum field is the ocean of pure, undefined potential. Your awareness, your focused consciousness, is the localized event, the wave, that forces that ocean to take a specific shape in a specific place. You are not just seeing the world, you are pinning it into existence with every moment of your awareness. This brings us to the central concept of our entire exploration, the observer field singularity. A singularity in physics is a point where the known laws break down. It's a point of infinite density, where distinctions cease to exist. In a black hole, space and time merge. The observer field singularity is the point where the distinction between the energy of your consciousness, the observer, and the energy of the quantum field, the observed, becomes zero. They are not two things interacting. They are one unified system recognizing itself. Think of it this way. A wave is not separate from the ocean. A wave is the ocean, expressing itself in a localized form and for a temporary moment. The energy that makes the wave is the same water that makes up the entire vast sea. There is no separation. This is the observer is the field meaning. Explained simple, there is no quantum field of potential without a consciousness to observe it and give it form, and there is no observer without a field to exist within. They are two sides of one coin, a single entity. The observer field singularity is the moment you stop identifying as the wave and realize you are the entire ocean. And this single realization is why all the old methods failed you. This is why the years of trying to use the law of attraction or manifestation techniques have been so exhausting and produced such inconsistent results. Those models, while well-intentioned, are built on the foundational illusion of separation. They reinforce the flawed metaphor. They teach you that you are the wave, and your desire is another wave, somewhere else in the ocean. Your job, according to these old models, is to generate enough energy, to shout loud enough, to think positively enough to send a signal across the vast ocean, hoping to attract that other wave to you. It positions you as small and separate, begging the vast, powerful universe to grant you a favor. It is a paradigm of supplication. It creates an energetic dynamic of neediness, of lack, because you are implicitly stating, "I am here, and what I want is over there." This creates a permanent chasm between you and your desire. It is a system designed for struggle. It is the physics of separation. But the new paradigm, the truth of the observer field singularity, changes the entire game. The new paradigm isn't about attracting. It's about realizing. The ocean does not need to attract a wave. It is the very substance of all waves. It doesn't need to send a signal to create a tsunami. It simply moves, and the tsunami is the result. The creation is instantaneous, because the creator and the creation are made of the very same thing. This is the ultimate aha moment. The shift is from trying to pull something towards you to realizing you are the very field from which that something is made. You do not attract wealth. You are the field of infinite potential that expresses itself as wealth. You do not attract love. You are the field of infinite connection that organizes itself into the experience of love. You do not attract health. You are the field of intelligent energy that coherently organizes matter into the form of a healthy body. The delay, the struggle, the frustration, it was all a symptom of a mistaken identity. You were acting like a single wave, forgetting you were the entire ocean. Where in your life have you been trying to pull a desire towards you, as if it were separate, instead of realizing you already are the substance that desire is made of? For your entire life, You have operated under a silent, unquestioned assumption. It is the single greatest lie ever told, and you accepted it without realizing it. The assumption is this, that your consciousness, your awareness, the thing you call you, is a small spark of light happening inside a physical body, a ghost in a machine, a pilot in a cockpit, peering out through your eyes at a vast, external universe that is separate from you. We believe our consciousness is looking out, but this is the great paradox, and the inversion of this paradox is the source of all freedom. The universe is not something your consciousness is looking out at. The universe is something that is happening inside your consciousness. The quantum field is not a sea of energy that surrounds your body. The quantum field is the very fabric of your awareness, and your body is simply a focal point within it. The field is not around you. The field is you. Let the weight of that settle. This is the paradigm shift that ends all struggle. You are not a wave on the ocean. You are the entire ocean expressing itself as a wave for a single fleeting moment. This isn't poetry. This is physics. A wave has no independent existence from the water that forms it. It is not a separate thing navigating the ocean. It is the ocean itself, rising up to experience a particular form, a particular perspective, before returning to the wholeness of itself. The wave is a temporary self-expression of the whole, and so are you. This changes everything. This means you stop trying to send signals out into the universe, hoping for an answer. You are not broadcasting a signal. You are the signal. This means you stop trying to change the world out there. You start organizing the world in here, inside your own energy, inside your own being. This means reality doesn't respond to you. Reality is a reflection of you. This means there is no delay. There is no lag time. The moment the ocean decides to form a wave, the wave appears. The moment your consciousness embodies a new state of being, reality has no choice but to cohere around it, instantly. People always ask how to use the quantum field for reality creation. They ask this question from the old paradigm, the paradigm of the wave trying to manipulate the ocean. It assumes a user and a tool. It assumes separation, but you don't use the field for the same reason you don't use your own heart to beat. You don't use what you are. You simply are it, and then you decide. The entire methodology of creation shifts from effortful doing to effortless being. The old way was about visualizing, affirming, scripting, working hard to build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. It was the wave trying to furiously paddle its way to a different part of the ocean. It is exhausting, and it reinforces the belief that your desire is separate from you. The new approach is about embodiment. It is about being. It is about feeling the reality you choose as if it is already your present state, not as a memory, not as a hope, but as a current somatic fact. This act of pure being is the highest form of command. It is the ocean deciding, without effort or struggle, which wave it will now become. The change is not in what you do, but in who you are being. You are not a human being trying to have a spiritual experience. You are an infinite spiritual field having a temporary human experience. This is the final transformation of identity. You have been told you are a drop in the ocean, a small, insignificant part of a vast whole. But the truth, the quantum truth, is far more profound. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. All the power, all the potential, all the stillness, and all the fury of the entire quantum sea is contained within the localized point of awareness you call yourself. You are not a fragment. You are the whole, experiencing itself as a fragment. And the moment you remember this, the fragment reclaims the power of the whole. You stop being a character in the story and become the author. You stop being a product of your environment and become the environment itself. This is the end of seeking. This is the beginning of creating from a place of absolute knowing. What if your greatest desire isn't something you need to build or attract, but a frequency you simply need to become? This observer field singularity isn't a future goal to be achieved. It's not a destination you must struggle towards. It is a state you are already entering. The intellectual understanding you just experienced was the turning point, the moment the event horizon was crossed. Now your physical reality is beginning to recalibrate, to reflect this new physics of your being. It is sending you feedback. It is showing you evidence. Here are the 3 counterintuitive signs that prove it. Signs you may have been experiencing, but dismissing as coincidence or good luck. They are not. They are the tides of the ocean of your consciousness recognized in your life. The first sign is the dissolving of problems. Pay close attention to this. I don't mean the solving of problems. Solving a problem implies struggle, strategy, and opposition. It implies a wave crashing against another wave, a battle of forces. What you will begin to notice is something far more profound. Long-standing issues, anxieties that have lived in your nervous system for years, grievances you've held on to, the recurring loops of lack or frustration. They don't get resolved. They dissolve. One day you will notice that the emotional charge is simply gone. The issue that once consumed your mental energy now feels distant, irrelevant, like a story that happened to someone else. It's as if the universe didn't hand you a solution. It simply made the problem obsolete. This is the ocean of your consciousness reabsorbing a chaotic wave back into its own stillness. You see, a problem can only exist when you feed it the energy of separation. When you identify as the small, struggling wave, the problem is a terrifying, opposing wave. You give it your focus, your fear, your identity. But when you remember that you are the entire ocean, you withdraw your energy from that single, chaotic pattern. You stop feeding it the belief that it is separate from you and a threat to you. Without that energy, the wave has no structure. It cannot sustain itself. It simply, quietly, peacefully, flattens back into the vast, calm potential of the whole. You didn't fight it. You didn't overcome it. You outgrew it by becoming the very substance it was made of. This is the first and most powerful feedback you will receive. Watch for the things that don't end with a bang, but with a quiet fade to nothing. That is the signature of the singularity. The second sign is effortless synchronicity. This goes far beyond finding a good parking spot. This is the orchestration of reality on a level that defies probability. It's thinking of a question, and the answer appears in the book you randomly open. It's needing a specific skill set for a project, and the next day, you meet the one person who has it. It's the right information, the right opportunities, the right connections flowing to you with a startling lack of friction. This happens because you are no longer a wave trying to swim upstream. When you operate from separation, you are trying to find things out there in the vast ocean. You are paddling, chasing, and exhausting yourself. But when you embody the observer field singularity, you realize everything is already contained within you. You are the ocean, so you don't need to find anything. You simply become the organizing principle. Your coherence, your inner state of unity, begins to organize the currents of the quantum sea. The world doesn't rearrange itself for you. The world, which is an expression of the field, rearranges itself as you. These synchronicities are not messages from an outside intelligence. They are the currents of your own being, aligning perfectly to support the new pattern, the new wave you have chosen to become. It feels magical from the outside, but from the inside, it feels natural. It feels like coming home. It's the universe confirming your state by delivering the physical components of that state effortlessly. The third, and perhaps most subtle sign, is a deepening sense of timelessness. Our modern world is built on the tyranny of the clock. We are conditioned to live in a state of psychological tension, caught between regret for the past and anxiety for the future. This mental time travel is a hallmark of the separation illusion. The wave is always worried about where it came from and where it's going, but the ocean is timeless. It is the eternal now. You will begin to experience moments, stretching into longer periods, where this pressure vanishes. You might be working, or walking in nature, or simply sitting in silence, and you'll suddenly realize that the mental chatter about yesterday and tomorrow is gone. There is only a profound, peaceful, and potent present. This isn't just relaxation, it is a perceptual shift. In these moments, you are directly experiencing your true nature. The wave is touching the infinite, still timeless depth of the entire ocean. Past and future lose their emotional grip because you are no longer identifying with the transient form of the wave. You are accessing the eternal nature of the field itself. This peace is not a goal to be achieved. It is your fundamental state, revealed when the illusion of time is suspended. As you stabilize in the observer field singularity, These moments of timeless presence will become your new baseline. Peace is not something you find. It is what you are when you stop creating everything else. These are not random events. Let me be clear. This is the critical step of pattern recognition. The dissolving of problems, effortless synchronicity, and the sense of timelessness are not good luck. They are not coincidence. They are direct, measurable feedback from the unified field. They are data points confirming your new state of being. See them as such. Acknowledge them. When a problem fades, say to yourself, the ocean has reabsorbed the wave. When synchronicity strikes, say, the currents are aligning. When you feel that timeless peace, know with certainty, I am the stillness and the form. This conscious recognition is what anchors the state. It transforms you from a passive observer of strange phenomena into a conscious architect who understands the physics of their own reality. Which of these signs have you been dismissing as coincidence, and how do you see it now as proof of your power? Comment which of these 3 signs you've been experiencing. Let's validate each other's quantum shifts. I read every single comment. I'm your mom. Story will be the evidence someone else needs to finally believe in their own. You understand it. You've seen the proof. Now, let's feel it. Let's dissolve the final boundary between the wave and the ocean. This is not an intellectual exercise. This is an act of embodiment. So if it feels right for you, find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and let go of the world of concepts. We are entering the world of direct experience. Begin by bringing your awareness to your breath, not changing it, just noticing it, the gentle rise and fall, the rhythm of life moving through you. Now, feel the space your body occupies, the weight of it, the contact points with the surface beneath you. Feel the subtle energy field just beyond your skin, a gentle hum, the immediate space around you. Now, we begin to dissolve the boundary. With your next exhale, allow your awareness to expand, filling the entire room you are in. Feel yourself occupying every corner, every shadow, the silent space between objects. You are not a body in the room. You are the awareness that holds the room. The illusion of your skin as a barrier begins to soften. It is porous. It is light. On your next exhale, feel that awareness expand further, beyond the walls, enveloping the entire building, sensing every floor, every window, every silent wire in the walls. You are the consciousness of this structure. Let go. Expand again. Feel your awareness spreading like a silent, invisible light across your neighborhood, your city. You can sense the collective rhythm of life, the flow of traffic, the quiet hum of a million sleeping homes. You are not looking down upon it. You are the field in which it all happens. The feeling of being a small point of consciousness inside a skull is fading. It was only ever a habit of focus. Now, we take the final step. With one more effortless release, let your awareness dissolve into everything. The continent, the planet, the silent, cold, beautiful vacuum of space. You expand past the moon, past the sun, past the boundaries of the galaxy until there is nowhere left to go. You have arrived. You are not in the field. You are not observing the field. You are the field. Feel this. This is the silent, still, dark ocean of pure quantum potential, the womb of all creation. Everything that ever was, is, or will be exists here, within you, as a silent, unrealized possibility. Feel the stillness. This is the peace that precedes all things. Within this infinite stillness, you contain every possible reality, every invention not yet conceived, every piece of music not yet composed, every act of love not yet expressed, every timeline, every version of you. They are all here, dormant, waiting. They are all you. Now, from this place of absolute power and total stillness, I want you to bring to mind one desired reality, one experience you wish to have. See it not as a picture, but as a feeling, a frequency. Do not reach for it. Do not chase it. Do not try to pull it towards you. That is the old way. That is the illusion of separation. Instead, simply feel that part of the ocean begin to rise. From within your own infinite being, feel a single, gentle current begin to form, a subtle swell moving through the stillness. This is not something separate from you. It is you, the ocean, deciding to express itself as a specific wave. Feel the emotional signature of that reality as if it is already true. Feel the joy, the freedom, the love, the abundance. It is not something you are attracting. It is a frequency you are becoming. The substance of your own consciousness is rearranging itself, organizing itself into that specific pattern. The ocean is choosing its form. There is no distance to travel. There is no time to wait. It is already done. The moment you embody the feeling, the wave has already formed from the substance of who you are. Now hold both feelings at once. Feel the infinite, silent, still ocean of all potential, and at the same time feel the beautiful, specific, perfect expression of the wave that is your chosen reality. You are the stillness, and you are the motion. You are the unmanifest, and you are the manifest. You are the field, and you are the form. The observer and the observed unified in a single point of being. This is the observer-field singularity, not as a theory, but as a lived, felt reality. Stay in this feeling for a moment. The feeling of being everything and being this one specific wonderful thing all at once. There is nothing to do, nothing to get. There is only you to be. Now, slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back. Do not shrink. Do not collapse back into the small self. Instead, feel this entire oceanic vastness consolidating, gathering, and integrating within your physical form. Bring the feeling of the infinite ocean back into the awareness of your body. Feel the vastness contained within your chest. Feel the stillness of all potential behind your eyes. You are not a drop returning to the ocean. You are the entire ocean, now choosing to look out through these two eyes. Carry this vastness with you. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. As you became the ocean, what was the one word that described the feeling of being everything at once? You are no longer a wave at the mercy of the tides. You are the oceanographer, and you determine the weather. This is not a metaphor for positive thinking. It is a statement of operational physics. Your embodied certainty, the feeling you cultivated in our last moments together, is the control panel. Now we learn to use the controls with precision. To move from a state of being into a state of masterful creation, you have remembered that you are the ocean. Now you will consciously direct its currents. This is the practical manual for how to use the quantum field for reality. Creation, because it is the manual for how to be you. The first tool is the most fundamental. We call it frequency purity. For your entire life, you have been sending out contradictory signals. You have desired abundance while vibrating in the frequency of lack. You have sought love while feeling the deep ache of loneliness. You have prayed for peace while your inner world was a storm of anxiety. This is like an orchestra where every instrument plays a different song. The result is not music, it is noise. A chaotic sea of conflicting waves that crash against each other, expending immense energy but creating no coherent motion. Frequency purity is the act of becoming the conductor, silencing the noise, and choosing one single, powerful note. You do this by choosing a single foundational emotional frequency and holding it without contradiction. Not for an hour, not even for a minute at first, but for moments strung together that become your new baseline. Choose the frequency of gratitude, not gratitude for something, but the pure, untethered state of gratitude itself. Choose the frequency of unconditional love, aimed at nothing and no one, but radiating from you as the sun radiates light. Or choose the profound stillness of peace, the deep, unshakable calm of the ocean floor. You hold this frequency by feeling it in your body. Where does it live? In your chest? In your hands? You breathe into it. When a contradictory thought arises, a worry about a bill, a memory of a past hurt, you do not fight it. You simply return to the feeling of your chosen frequency. You let the purity of that one note dissolve the dissonance. This is how the oceanographer calms the storm, by holding a state of coherence so pure that the entire ocean of your being has no choice but to align with it, creating one powerful, unstoppable current in the direction of your choosing. The second tool is called collapsing from the end. The old model of reality creation was about building a bridge, step by step, from where you are to where you want to be. This reinforces the idea of distance, of separation, of a long and arduous journey. It is the thinking of the wave. The oceanographer knows there is no distance to cross. Every possible destination, every conceivable reality is already fully present within the ocean as a latent potential. The journey is not one of movement, but of selection. Collapsing from the end means you stop, focusing on the path and instead embody the destination. You do not visualize the steps to achieving your goal. You feel the visceral, emotional reality of its fulfillment, right now. If you desire a healed body, you don't focus on the healing process. You close your eyes and feel the vibrant, effortless energy of a body that is already whole. You feel the freedom, the strength, the simple joy of moving without pain. You live from that state. The oceanographer does not micromanage every drop of water, dictating its path. That is impossible and exhausting. Instead, the oceanographer decides upon the final shoreline, the calm harbor, and feels its reality so completely that all the currents of the ocean naturally and effortlessly organize themselves to arrive there. This is quantum law. The field collapses according to the consciousness observing it. When you observe from a place of lack, the field gives you more evidence of lack. When you observe from the feeling of the wish already fulfilled, the field rearranges all of time and space to reflect that truth back to you. There is no delay. There is only a perfect reflection. The third and perhaps most vital tool is neutral observation. As you begin to operate from this new identity, the old reality will test you. Rogue waves will appear. Unexpected bills, negative comments, a flare-up of an old symptom, a surge of self-doubt. These are the echoes of your old frequency. The waves' instinctive reaction is to panic, to fight, to fixate on the rogue wave, giving it all of its attention and energy, and in doing so, it makes the wave bigger, stronger, more real. The oceanographer does not engage. Neutral observation is the practice of seeing these rogue waves for what they are, residual patterns of energy with no inherent power. You observe them without judgment, without fear, without resistance. You see the thought of panic, and you let it pass. You see the external circumstance, and you refuse to give it your emotional energy. You acknowledge it, and then you immediately return your focus to your frequency purity, to the feeling of collapsing from the end. This is not denial. This is a strategic and masterful withdrawal of the one resource that gives reality its form, your conscious focus. A rogue wave, when not fed by the energy of your fear or your anger, has no choice but to lose its momentum. It inevitably flattens out, its energy reabsorbed into the vast, calm stillness of the greater ocean, the ocean that is you. To integrate these tools to make them your default state of being requires a simple, non-negotiable practice, a new framework for reality. The first 5 minutes of your day belong to the ocean. Before you pick up your phone, before you engage with the world of waves, you will lie in stillness. You will spend these 5 minutes simply remembering and feeling your vastness. You will choose your frequency purity for the day. You will touch the feeling of your grandest desires already fulfilled. You will remind yourself that you are the oceanographer, not the wave. This 5-minute practice recalibrates your entire energetic system, ensuring you meet the day not as a small, separate self, but as the infinite field of potential from which all things are born. What is the very first rogue wave of negative thought or circumstance you will allow to dissolve back into the ocean? Starting now, you now understand the observer field singularity. You have moved beyond theory and into the felt reality of its truth. You are not a small, fragile consciousness trapped inside a body, looking out at a vast and separate universe. That was the old dream. You know now that the universe is not happening to you. It is happening through you, as you. You are the source and the substance of your reality. You are the field that dreams up the particle. You are the ocean that gives birth to the wave. You are the oceanographer. You have the tools to read the currents of your own being, to calm the storms of doubt, and to direct the tides of your experience with intention and with grace. This is the first level of mastery, but there is a level beyond it, a level that takes you from the architect of your world to a conscious participant in the architecture of all worlds. What happens when the ocean of your consciousness, in its perfect coherence interacts with another. What happens when your unified field touches the edge of someone else's? This is not just interaction, it is entanglement. Every field is connected. At the deepest level of quantum reality, there is no separation between your ocean and the one next to it. They are all expressions of a single, boundless body of water. This is the next horizon. Mastering your own field is the foundational step. The next is understanding how your state of being, your inner coherence instantly and physically affects the fields of your loved ones, your community, and the collective field of all humanity. This is where individual creation blossoms into shared reality. This is the moment the oceanographer becomes the cosmic cartographer, mapping not just their own inner world but seeing how all worlds connect. Now that you know you are the entire ocean, what if you could feel where all the other oceans connect? This isn't a metaphor. It is the next frontier of human evolution, and it is governed by the laws of physics. In our next video, Quantum Entanglement Explained, why your reality is connected to everyone else's, we will explore the science of this profound interconnectedness. We will break down how to become a harmonizing force for the collective, how your inner peace can physically ripple out and calm the storms in other people's lives. It is the most important work we can do. Subscribe and turn on all notifications. In our next video, Quantum Entanglement Explained, we explore this next layer of mastery and you won't want to miss it. This is where personal power becomes planetary evolution. For now, hold this new identity, embody it, practice it, live from this space of total knowing. You are the field, you are the power, you are the singularity. Go and be the ocean.